I want to tell you, I'm going to miss my son. Before he went to Rwanda, he came to see me. And for us, we talked casually. I told him, but Cedric, you seem to have lost a lot of weight. He said, no, but you see, I'm losing weight, you know? I said, really? Why don't you see a doctor and they check? He said, no, I'm all right. I'm feeling all right. So when he went to Kigali and I had that information, I said, my God, I should have insisted here that we go to a hospital. But that's God's way of working. And he went to Kigali. Unfortunately, they have told you the story. I don't have to go over it again. But I want to thank the mother. I've never seen somebody sit next.
During Cedric Ndilima's burial, his father, Francis Babu, made his last emotional speech eulogizing his son. We all know one of the biggest pain anyone can have is to lose a son, because that's not the natural order. The natural order is that at least a parent dies before the son. And it is even more confusing when he's part of the regime that's supposed to take care of the health sector. So it was so emotional. Away from the politics, I saw Francis Babu broken down. He even made the speech seated down. It means that he has lost all the energy. Francis Babu is like now is going to make 70 years soon, because I think he's 67, 68 years. So he's already an elder. In those years, you expect your children to take care of you, at least when you're an old age. So in this episode, I've come to show you the emotional speech of Francis Babu, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If your politics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So Francis Babu is a media owner, he's a businessman. At least he's fairly well off according to our Ugandan standards. But he failed to get 1.5 billion to treat his son. That's too much money. Even in America, by the way, that is too much money. Okay? At least in America, there's a lot of insurance. If you get sick, at least you can go to the hospital for your health cover. But here in Uganda, things are not going on well. When I saw Francis Babu breaking down, it teaches us a lot that even those within the whims of power sometimes get these issues. Okay? The latest peers are worth more than hundreds of billions, but they even didn't deliver that money on time. Okay? Sorry, Francis Babu, may the good Lord be with you. Let me leave you with a tape of Francis Babu making his last speech to his son. Here's a tape.
I want to say one more thing, is that we should like each other. I want to take a cue from my son. All of you are now our friends, not only those, everybody. We are on there. The Minister of Education, Honorable Minister, being a sportsman, I'm waiting to hear full scholarship for the children until they finish university. And you can do it. I know you can do it if you want to. So that's another area we've got to look at. But the most important role, all of you who have come today, please, thank you very much. I want to tell you, I'm going to miss my son. Before he went to Rwanda, he came to see me. And for us, we talked casually. I told him, but Cedric, you seem to have lost a lot of weight. He said, no, but you see, I'm losing weight, you know? I said, really? Why don't you see a doctor and they check? He said, no, I'm all right. I'm feeling all right. So when he went to Kigali and I had that information, I said, my God, I should have insisted here that we go to a hospital. But that's God's way of working. And he went to Kigali. Unfortunately, they have told you the story. I don't have to go over it again. But I want to thank the mother. I've never seen somebody sit next to a patient day and night, and not eating. A woman was not eating. I don't know if she has lost weight, but she was not eating. And then I want to thank the friends. You know, these people, I cannot believe what they did. They even told us, if this is not enough, let's go to another hospital in Britain and give him another heart. And unfortunately, when we looked at the logistics and the strength of CEDRIC, we could not go to the United Kingdom. Of course, we would have all loved to go. So, General, the best hospitals in America are military hospitals. They have the best research, they have the best of everything. We're waiting ours to be like that. And let me tell you, all the presidents of the United States, they go to military hospitals and Navy hospitals. And we have the ability to do so. We have very good doctors in this country. All they need is equipment. One of the heart specialists, one of the best, and he has worked on me, is Professor Dabella. He's 91, by the way. Did you know that? Some of you might not know him. He was teaching special before she became High Excellency, the Vice President. So I wanted you to know, and I know it very well, that what you are seeing here today is going to be the future of this country, to be friendly to everybody and to welcome everybody and make them understand that we are one. And we are, ladies and gentlemen. And my son has demonstrated it in a different way. What do I call it? With a bit of class. Because he's done it and we did not see it, now we are seeing it. So the other day when I broke down in hospital and I cried, but I cried like a baby when my son left me. And I tell you how it happened. We called a priest. A priest came and prayed for him and put all the necessary rituals. Immediately we said amen. All the lights went off. He left us immediately after the priest said amen. And from that point, I was finished. I said, but why? Then after some time, I got an inspiration. CEDRIC was here for a mission. And he has accomplished that mission. And you friends, you have a bigger problem now. You've got to carry forward his legacy and his mission. And I'd like to thank you very, very much. I wanted to say not much, but I want to say that little. These people you see here, they liked CEDRIC. This one especially, and this one, he used to run behind them when he was young. Captain Roy was the seniorest pilot in East African Airways. He was the first one to fly the VC-10. Jack Cullen was the same. These were real, and we had our way of looking at things. And we are going to miss CEDRIC very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you again. I'd like to thank the choir. I'd like to thank our clergy who have given us a mass. I would like us to thank all the people who have worked here, who have helped us, especially the people from Uganda Funeral Services. I'd like to, in Kenya, we had a funeral service called Lee, next to Nairobi Hospital. They did a fantastic job. Uganda Airline, when I called them and we had this problem, they said, come, we'll take everybody home. And they agreed, they gave us very reasonable prices, and they were very nice. So Uganda Airlines, thank you. You know, you don't sit here and not remember all those things. I'd like to thank the Aga Khan Hospital. There's a particular doctor I must thank. She's called Barbara. Let me finish the name. Barbara who? Yeah, she's Dr. Barbara. She was fantastic. She would make you sit down. She would explain everything. She would even draw diagrams to explain what the problem was. And I must thank Aga Khan Hospital for that job well done. The one, of course, in Kigali, my brother here has said it, how they worked hard and around the clock, and they took him to Nairobi. That was excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste too much of your time, but everybody who's behind him here has been praying for CEDRIC. I will continue to pray for CEDRIC. The next thing is going to happen. I want you to form this as a shrine. Come and give him pilgrimage. The brothers will tell you every so often, come and see us. Every year on this day, I'll have a mass here and I'll invite you. Because every year I've been praying for my mom, and I didn't want to tell you this story, but I'll tell you very quick. When my mom died, the person who cried most was CEDRIC. He loved my mum. And that I will never forget. So this is your home, some of you, if you want to come by. And as you realize, even in the village, we have a little bit of class. You say villagers don't have class. We do. We do. Even specials that stays in the village. So all of us, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much. I wish you the best when you're going back home. Let's go and put him in his permanent home, and we say goodbye to him. And please, when you go back, drive slowly and look after yourself. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
That is Francis Babu. Okay, so I can just feel his pain. He was even very tired. That's, by the only bad side of mourning for very many days. Imagine 1 week when you are mourning for your loved ones. The money you spend. I know government must have intervened because they came out to thank very many people, including General Kaguta Museveni. But mourning for a week, it's hectic and tiresome. That's why I'm not saying this because I'm Muslim. Because we Muslims, we mourn for 1 or 2 days so that you can be buried. I think that is the best thing. But when you mourn for a week, even your work comes at a standstill. I pray for Francis Babu to get strong. But also, maybe it was a lesson that all of us are going in the same way, just that we must make our country better. We must make our health care better so that we cannot give an excuse of dying because of poor health care. Of course, that's my opinion. Remember us by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please would subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Let me also take this opportunity to tell you that I will be running as a member of parliament for Mark in the East constituency come 2026, and I'm going to ask for your support. I'm going to ask for your vote because among the contenders, I'm the best suited to take over this position so that our voice can be heard where it has been missing for 20 years. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Nange benjagala obulungi.